In this video, we're going to explore Nolo, which is a database available to Jenkins members 24/7 from their desktops at home or in the office. Nolo gives you the full text of more than 250 publications, books, plus thousands of forms which you can access, download, and use as part of your practice. Now, let's have a starting point here for our video. I'm going to pick my favorite Nolo Press book, Smart Policies for Workplace Technologies, Email, Blogs, Cell Phones, and More. First edition that we have here at Jenkins by Lisa Guerin. And we even include a Google preview, which allows you to read about 20% of the book online thanks to Google Book Project, where they've been indexing and scanning books from libraries and books that publishers have donated to them. So that's our starting point, Smart Policies for Workplace Technologies. If I go into the Jenkins website to actually access the database, I mouse over Research, Member Databases, and then I select Nolo from the list. Now you can see here that I've already logged in with my last name and my Jenkins member number, so all I need to do to access the database is click the Access button. Now, let's say I want to browse for my title. I could browse by category, and Smart Policies for Workplace Technologies leads me to believe it's a business topic and probably a human resources topic. So if I click on Business and Corporations, and then here is the topic Human Resources, here are the featured titles, and I don't see the one that I'm looking for. And that's one of the issues you want to be aware of. When you browse by category, there are selected titles here. You're not lost at that point, though, I have to say. You can go up to the publications link and browse the full catalog, if you will. Now, I'm going to be creatively lazy, and I'm not going to do an alpha browse. I'm going to just say match any of my words, and I'm going to search for the word email. I don't feel like typing in all of the terms, smart policies for workplace technologies, etc., etc. So I type in email, I'm matching any word, and boom, there's the title that I'm interested in. So if I click on it, I get limited bibliographic information. It's not full bibliographic information. I don't know what edition this is. I don't know who the author is. And if I follow the link for the book, I get the chapters, which is great. But I'm going to be still with my librarian hat on for just a minute. And even though I mouse over the bibliographic information that's available, it's still rather limited. I don't have the edition number. I don't have the author. It may not matter to you as an attorney whether that bibliographic information is present, but as a librarian, I'm concerned about that. Well, let me look at one of the chapters. This is chapter 1, and I click on the link, and it loads fairly quickly into my Adobe Acrobat reader that's been integrated into my browser. So that's a great feature, and I can use the Acrobat's save feature right here, that little icon of a floppy disk, and I can save the chapter and then review it offline. If I want to, I can read it online, but I think it's quicker to save it and then review it offline. The tools on the right-hand side here are for things like, for example, printing or emailing yourself links to chapters. I find these of limited use to me because I would rather just save the chapter and then go back and review it offline. Now, we've done a browse. Let's talk about searching. And I'm going to do a sample search for you, but I'm not going to search for the book. We already found it via browse, and I think we could find it again via search, but I'm going to actually search for individual chapters within the book. So I don't like basic search because I have no idea what my options are here. But if I do advanced search, then I start to see more of my options. So I'm going to do a search for forms that contain the word, either of the words computer or software. Okay, so those are my two terms, computer, software, and right now it's searching them as a phrase, but I'm going to actually click the radio button and say find any of my search terms. So I'm doing an or search. I want computer or I want software. I'm being, again, creatively lazy by doing it that way. And then I'm going to highlight the document type form, because I want forms, obviously. Now I'm not going to click the two full text checkboxes here, and I'll explain why in a minute, but I'm going to do the search as is. And there are the forms. I get 43 of them. Now, it's not too tedious to go through, listings, two-page listing of forms. But one of the nice things about this database is there is a limit by publication. And I clicked on it, and I can see the book I'm interested in, Smart Policies for Workplace Technologies. If I click the checkbox next to it, and then the update button, now my results page is limited just to those two forms that are available from the Smart Policies book that I'm interested in. Now, let me tell you why I didn't check those full text checkboxes. If I check them, I got a different publication list because there were some books that had more forms than the one I was interested in. So you can check those full text checkboxes and you can uncheck them, and you'll see different slices and dices of the results page. I left them unchecked so that I could show you the forms from my book, which only has 2. Other books have a lot more forms, and they show up on that list if you click the full text checkboxes. So play around with the limits. You don't always have to go with the exact same limit every time. Alright, let me view this form. It's downloading, and then I'm going to click the button here in Google Chrome, and here is the policy form that I've just downloaded. Okay, and you can edit it whatever by clicking that button. Okay, now let's go back. What else can we do? Well, we can do an image search. There are some images in these books, and there are normally a lot of call-outs that you'll get as well. So I'm gonna do, I think, a really kind of a boring search, but just to show you how it works, I'm going to search for the word software, and I'm not going to limit to black and white or different types of limits. I could do that, but I'm just going to show you basically what you get. Here is an image that computer software can generate of, I don't know, could be anything at this point. And here are some of the call-outs that I talked to you about as well. So Nolo is an excellent resource for getting the full text of the Nolo Press books. It's available to you 24/7 from your desktop, at home or in the office as part of your Jenkins membership.